Here are the key concepts that you will need to know from the first couple of lessons. I want you to think about what is meant by the term algorithm. Now, an algorithm is a process or set of rules to be followed in calculations or other problem-solving operations by a computer. This is key to this unit. You need to know this definition, so make sure you learn this definition. In this lesson, we're going to look at decomposition. So what exactly is decomposition? Watch this video to try and give you an idea. So remember, decomposition is breaking down a problem into small steps. So to actually decompose a problem, you're probably going to do this on paper first. The first thing you do is write down the key steps. You might abstract detail, and we'll look at abstraction shortly. When you come to program this, you're going to do each small step one at a time, so then it all comes back together. This is good for trying to break down a large problem into small manageable steps. So that means you can do a little bit at a time. When you're decomposing a problem, this also means that you can be working as a team. Different people can be doing different parts of the project. Here is your first task. If a user inputted 3 numbers, I want my program to work out which is the smallest. Before we program this, I want you to decompose the problem. First of all, pause the video and try and write down what you think the steps would be. Once you've done that, I want you to go through this with a partner. So pause the video and complete that now. Here's a little bit more information about the task that I want you to decompose. When we think about this problem, there is a lot more detail we need to think about than initially when we looked at the problem. The aim of this program is for a user to actually log into a computer system, and they have 3 attempts to get their password correct. But if they get it wrong, they'll be locked out. Have you ever tried logging into a computer when you get it wrong on a phone? And it gives you a timeout. The more times you get it wrong, the longer that time becomes. Well, you might want to think about that in your decomposition as well. If they get it correct though, it's going to tell us it's correct and log into the system. What techniques do you think you would use to decompose this? Have a think, pause the video, and then we'll carry on. You should now have completed your decomposition task. For homework, you're going to have to complete some Snakeify work. I'm going to show you how to get onto Snakeify in the next section. But you need to complete the first 2 sections of Snakeify, and these are input, print and numbers, and integer and float numbers. To get onto Snakeify, you need to go to snakeify.org, as you can see in the top bar just up here. Or you can search for Snakeify on Google. When you get there, you're going to have to sign up. Please sign up with your school email address, put a password, and you need to check I have a teacher. At this point, you need to put my email address in here. Once you've done that, you'll be taken to a screen looking like this. It's these first 2 sections that you need to complete. Click on the tab, click on one of it gives you a bit of information if you want to read it about the information of how to help you. And if you get stuck on these, this is where you need to go. And then click on the different tabs down the left hand side. Just like Trinket, it's got a series of different puzzles. You need to put your code into here to get it to work, and it shows you the different inputs and the outputs. Don't worry about running the tests, because when you save and check the solutions, it will run a series of tests, and your program will have to meet all the tests to pass the level. In this challenge, it asks you to write a program that takes 3 numbers and prints their sum. Every number is given on a separate line. Okay, so we've already got a program here, and it's given us some hints that take A and B. So I'm going to take a 3rd variable, C. Now remember, these are not good names for variables. If I have A, B and C, I can run my code, and you can see the output. I've added 3 numbers here. Let's just check that now. Run it again, and you see that's working. So what I do next is I save and check the solution, and it will show me a model solution to start with and whether mine completes all of the tests. If it doesn't complete all the tests, you're going to have to go back and edit your code. So I've done this first one. I'm going to move on to the second one, and you can see this has gone green.